Welcome, my name is Lee Rodriguez, the Technology Coach. Today, I'm going to teach you how easy it is to use WordPress to build your website, and more specifically, how easy it is to install WordPress locally on your Apple. So today I'm going to install WordPress on an Apple computer, and we're going to get started right now. In order to install WordPress on an Apple computer, the easiest thing to do is to download an application called MAMP. And you can download it from mamp.com. It's pretty handy. You click here to download and install it. I've already installed it, so we're not going to do that now. The next thing, once we have MAMP running, we have to download and install WordPress. Once you install MAMP, you will get something like this. It tells you manage your website locally, and this is the MAMP control panel. So what we're going to do in this order is we've installed MAMP already on this system. I am going to download and install WordPress, download and move WordPress. I'm going to jabber incessantly. Okay, here we go. Ready to download WordPress, okay? Here we go. This is WordPress. And we are going to download 2.51. And we'll see if that has happened. There it is. Save it to disk. Okay, saving it to disk. All right, so it has downloaded WordPress to my downloads folder. I'm going to tell it to open, to unzip in folder. And now we're going to run, there was the unzip. We have to run it locally. So we'll need to run it from the MAMP folder. So let's find the MAMP folder. There's MAMP, Quicksilver Action, HTT docs within MAMP. And here are the current websites I'm running locally. I need to get to downloads. So let's get to downloads. A little more Quicksilver Action here. And let's see, WordPress. There it is right there. 2.51 is downloaded. There's my WordPress folder. So I'm just going to drag this into HTTP docs. And I don't want to call this website WordPress. I want to call this website 1_hour. As in a 1-hour website. There we go. We now have WordPress downloaded and put into our folder where we're going to run it. We don't need the downloads folder anymore, and we do not need WordPress anymore. There we are. So the next step is to create a database to allow our WordPress to connect to and install. So to do that, we will need to get into MAMP and come over to PHP My Admin. We'll create a new database called 1_hour, and it will create a SQL database on our SQL server, and the database has been created. Okay, simple enough. Database is called 1_hour. How do we get this thing moving? Well, we come over here under our WordPress folder, which you've named 1_hour, and we're looking for config sample. We will need a file called wp-config, which is where WordPress finds where its database is. So we're going to change the name of this to wp-config, and there we go. We have a new name. Drag that into the text editor, and up comes a text document. Zoom in there. Okay, so we need to So we know that the database name is 1_hour, and to find this information, zoom back out over here to PHP My Admin, back to the beginning of MAMP, and it tells us we have a local host, a username of root, and a password of root for all databases created in MAMP. Well, that answers that question. So let's zoom in here, call this root, come in here, and we'll call the password root. And it's going to run locally, localhost. That's going to work for this installation. Save. Zoom back out. And that's it as far as editing files. Now it's time to run a WordPress installation. And to do that, we have localhost 888, which is where we're running MAMP. I'm going to go ahead and copy that create a new Firefox window. This is actually Safari. Isn't that awesome? So let's do this. Let's drag this right here into our Firefox and open this window in Firefox. Editing WordPress and tools such as this in Firefox are much better than Safari sometimes. What are we looking for? Local 888. What's the name of our folder we made? 1_hour. This should load the WordPress installation. There it is. Information needed. What are we going to call our blog? This is it to install WordPress. We need a blog title. About 1 hour site. We'll send an email to me, my email address, to let me know it's installed. And quite simply, I simply tell this to install WordPress. Kablammy! That's it. WordPress is installed. WordPress has created a username of admin, a password of this automatically generated password. I will copy that password. And now I'm ready to log into my new WordPress installation. I'll press login. It wants me to log in, admin, and I will paste in the password I just created. There's our running WordPress backend. And to see what the front end looks like, visit site, open a new tab. There we are. There's our 1 hour site. Our brand new blog is up and running. That's how easy it is to install WordPress. And every time I install WordPress, I always take an additional step. I like to come over to users. I like to find the admin that was just created. And I want to edit this user. I want to change the password to something I can remember. It has created it has generated a password for me. And I want to write a new password that I can remember.